This is your typical annual procurement plan, a shared Excel template or a tracker that is quite difficult to update or keep refreshed in real time because it's not the most user-friendly solution. At least I personally don't have good experiences with the annual procurement plan. It was more or less the rudimentary document for us to reference at the end of the year to show what we were trying to do earlier in the year and what we have achieved. So it was a kind of benchmark. But this particular template is different by this column H, which is called the need by date. Because what we were trying to implement here is the logic that procurement is subordinated to the business. So we have to provide goods or services by the date which the business should indicate, not when we can finish that realistically, or the best effort kind of approach. It is what the business needs. They have to tell us by which date they need something, and then we have to plan backwards and realize when do we have to start our sourcing process in order to meet this need by date. Let's assume we have this template uploaded into the solution that I will be talking about. I wanted to show you something more, which is the end user experience that you can have yourselves of how to use this annual procurement plan automation solution. And for that matter, we have this online demo page, which you can use in order to understand everything that our solution does. I wanted to stress a couple of things. First of all, the demo means that the production solution is based on Microsoft 365 applications like Microsoft Power Automate, Excel Online, AI Builder, and so on. And this production solution will be delivered to you as the file that you can migrate into your environment with or without us, and then it's going to live there completely independently from us, so it's not going to expose any information to any third party. It's going to be the proprietary solution within your Microsoft environment. Secondly, this solution requires some minor customizations because we don't know your category tree. Therefore, we used the universal category structure called UNSPSC. Also, we don't know your departmental structure. We just made it up based on our experience. We don't know which language you are talking. This demo solution is trilingual. You can select between English, Ukrainian, and Portuguese. But your production solution is going to be either in English or Ukrainian or Portuguese or Spanish or whatever you need. We don't know which currencies you are using. You also have some additional specifics that we have to reflect in our solution to fine-tune it to your specific requirements. Nevertheless, let's come back to our web page or the online demo. You can read first in this preamble about what this solution does, and then you have this red and light orange box, which is the key of this solution. At least it has to attract your attention because it tells you what to do. You can see this bubble with the number 1 coincides with the first step of the refresh plan. So the first thing, you have to refresh your plan. We assume that your plan is already uploaded into our solution or linked to it if it's the online file. Now you can refresh the plan as of any date. Say 1st of January 2027, and we refreshed. Our plan has 99 line items. Some of those items are overdue. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily past the need by date, but we calculate that if on average the IP needs 100 days to complete and you already have only 40 or 50 days remaining to the need by date, you're already late. So the action is overdue. You should have started way earlier. You can see here days remaining to the required procurement start. And the required procurement start, as I said, it's a need by date. It's a need by date minus the cycle time for the specific type of the sourcing process. To extend the contract takes less than to run the full-blown RFP, and so on. You can insert these dates, and it's a matter of customization. We have to know your cycle times in order to put them realistically into our solution. Here we are saying that the source-to-contract process, in this case, it's 100 days because we assume that this item is going to be sourced through the RFP. The source-to-contract process of 0 days, it's the current contract. You don't have to do anything. The contract just runs. So there is no cycle time for source-to-contract at all. So you're comfortably 140 days ahead of your required procurement start. Then you can edit any of these requirements at any time. For editing, have this screen. Let's say we just decided to increase the budget. And so we did. Presumably, you could have changed the wording, and therefore it has to be translated into different languages. In our case, we just changed the numbers, but still the solution checks if it needs to be translated. Now we have to refresh again, and we see we still have 99 requirements. But what's important, let's see. Here at the end, we have the activity log. We edited one of the line items. That's very important because it's not only about running the annual procurement plan, it's about maintaining the audit trail, because this is the very important document. Any change to this document has to be reflected somewhere. Wherever you are audited, you can present this activity log or the audit trail to the third party. You can edit, but you can also, over here, you can add new requirement. Let's call it the AI strategy. Strategy. Over here, it's the CEO office. Let's find management and business professional services. Okay, that's the UNSPSC segment. It's not a single category, it's the portfolio of categories. Criticality, urgent, it's not yet the emergency, but it's urgent like everything related to the CEO office. The estimated value, 500,000 euro. Need by date, 1st of February. Buying channel, most likely we're going to be negotiating with the company who we already know for the previous strategic exercises. Let's assume it's, for the sake of example, it's Kearney. Now we have to refresh our plan again. Refresh it, and what you can see, now we have 100 requirements. One more requirement has been added, and this requirement is AI strategy. This AI strategy, you can, by the way, even delete it. If you entered it by mistake, it's already overdue. You should have started way earlier, but anyway, that's added to the plan. You can edit an item in the plan at any time by just using this edit action. You can insert the new requirement, the new line item, as we just did. The other thing which you can do is the so-called aggregation. Your different departments may require something similar. They need some stationery, and you can bundle these requirements or they're buying similar services. This solution will do it for you. It will analyze all the different requirements, and it will suggest you the opportunities for aggregation. Here it provides you opportunity number 1, CRM support renewal, different line items. Let's assume we decided to approve this aggregation. In order to approve it, since it uses different currencies, we have to enter these currency exchange rates over here. 85, and I'm just guessing 1, 22. Let's assume that's the exchange rate for today. We did that. Approved aggregation. And you can see this opportunity number 1 is no longer the CRM related services. Where is our opportunity? It's here. Scroll to the bottom of our plan. Aggregated CRM support renewal. Here it is. All calculated to the similar base currency. It's also overdue. So you cannot delete or edit it because you just recently approved it. It's there. It becomes the part of the plan. Interestingly, you can find that now you have 96 requirements because you bundled 5, you created 1 new requirement, and therefore you have 96. So your plan can be edited, it can be amended, and you can use aggregation requirements. Now the last but not the least, at the bottom you have a simple dashboard, overall situation, how many actions are overdue, what is coming next in the buckets of 0 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, and so on. And by the way, you can see that aggregation approved. You had it in the log, and the AI strategy also added to the log. Your audit trail is perfectly fine now. This is all created by the so-called deterministic or the fact-based approach. This is pure mathematics, no AI. Now we can employ AI in order to crunch on the numbers and give us the management view on the situation with our annual procurement plan as of today, kind of the operational overview. Let's just generate AI review, and we did. We can see what needs attention. Overdue and material. The actions should be overdue, and material meaning that this should be the high-value projects. Urgent and approaching. Urgent, that's the criticality of the requirement, and it is approaching soon, so we have to be alert. Some opportunities for aggregation that we have not yet approved, but we can consider them. And decisions required, what we have to do in order to stay on top of our annual procurement plan. This is a very simple operational view on the annual procurement plan. The simplest and the most user-friendly it can get. Hopefully, we were trying to show you the accessible, quick, and reasonably simple way to manage your annual procurement plan without spending millions and even hundreds of thousands and long days to implement. This solution can be customized in 2 or 3 days and implemented in the next 2 or 3 days. Tops, it's gonna take you a week to own and operate this solution. The only thing which you always have to have, it's your annual procurement plan data, which we cannot create for you. All the rest we can do. Thank you.